Most women are chasing guys who don't even want them. And the guy who actually wants you, the one trying to show you he cares, you're walking right past him because nobody ever taught you what to look for. Stop scrolling for a second and really hear this. Because right now, there's probably a guy in your life showing you things so small and so real that you're missing them while you sit there wondering if he even likes you. This isn't about tricks or playing hard to get. This is about finally understanding how guys actually show they care when they want something real with you. Stick with me till the end because there's something you really need to know before you do anything with him. And real quick, hit subscribe and like so you don't miss stuff like this that most women never figure out. You're about to see inside his head, the place where he acts different without meaning to, where everything about him changes in ways he can't control, and where something pulls him toward you even when he's trying to play it cool, act like it's nothing, or hide behind jokes, staying busy, or just going quiet. Guys don't always say how they feel. Most of the time, they show it through little things that happen when they're not thinking about it, through stuff they keep doing, hoping you'll finally notice. And maybe you're the woman he's hoping will see it. But nobody showed you what to look for. A guy doesn't let his guard down easy. When he starts doing it, it's because something about you gets to him. Maybe he feels safe with you, maybe he really wants you, maybe he looks up to you, maybe he's just curious about you, or maybe there's just something pulling him in that he can't figure out. And I'm not talking about the obvious stuff, I'm talking about something way deeper, that he only shows a woman he trusts with the real him, the parts he keeps hidden from everyone else. What you about to hear might feel like someone finally turned on the light in a room you've been trying to walk through in total darkness. So stop for a second, breathe, let go of the confusion, let go of thinking too much about everything, let go of wondering if he likes you or if you're just another girl who's going to let him down eventually. Let me show you how guys really work. The things he wants you to notice, the signs he's giving you quietly because he wants you closer, not pushing you away. Stay here because this is where it all starts making sense. He wants you closer, but he'll never just come out and say it. Instead, the truth comes out in small ways, things he hopes you'll pick up on without him having to say it out loud and look dumb. When a guy starts wanting to open up to you emotionally, mentally, hell, even spiritually, he doesn't just drop everything at once. It happens slowly. Bit by bit, it shows up in moments, small moments. Those moments are what most women completely miss because they're waiting for him to say something clear, do something big, or act totally different. But attraction at this level doesn't work that way. It doesn't make a big announcement. It's quiet. It sneaks up. It comes from his gut, not from him sitting there planning it out. You'll see it in how he listens to you really closely. Like way more than he listens to other people. You'll feel it in how his eyes stay on you just a little longer. Not because he's trying to check you out, but because he actually cares what you think. He starts caring about what you say more than he thought he would. He brings you into conversations he doesn't have with anyone else. Without thinking about it, he starts matching you, your mood, your energy, how you talk, how fast or slow you move. That's not random. That's him syncing up with you without even knowing he's doing it. When a guy starts showing you the softer version of himself, the one he usually keeps locked up, that's one of the biggest signs. His voice might get a little quieter when he talks to you. His whole face softens. He might mess with his hair or adjust how he's sitting, not because he's trying to look good, but because his body just wants to be more open around you instead of all closed off. Even how he breathes can change around you, slower and more relaxed. These changes don't come from him thinking about what to do. They just happen. His body is responding to you on a level his mind hasn't even caught up to yet. And that's the thing most women don't get. A guy's body language around you will tell you way more than his words ever will. He can say he's fine, he can act like it's casual, but watch how he moves around you. Watch how his whole energy shifts. That's where the truth lives. But here's what most women totally miss. When a guy wants to give himself to you, he starts paying attention to how you're feeling. He notices when your mood changes. He remembers tiny things you said one time. He checks in on you in little ways without making it obvious he's worried. He starts actually caring about your life. A guy only does this when he feels like you get him, when you make him feel steady, when you make him feel safe. And I'm not talking about safe in a boring way. I'm talking about safe enough to be real, to drop the act, to stop pretending he has it all together. That kind of safety is rare for men. Most guys walk through life with their guard up all the time because they've learned that showing weakness gets punished. So when he starts letting that guard down with you, when he starts being honest about what's actually going on inside, that's huge. That's him saying without saying it that you're different from everyone else. Another thing he can't hide is when he lets himself be vulnerable. It usually happens when he's not planning it. He might tell you something he's scared of that he never talks about. He might admit he messed something up or tell you about a dream he usually keeps to himself. Being vulnerable is his way of cracking the door open a tiny bit to see if you'll step closer or if you'll just walk away without even noticing. And here's the thing about vulnerability with men. It doesn't look the same as it does with women. A guy being vulnerable might not look like crying or having a big emotional moment. It might just be him telling you he's stressed about work, or admitting he doesn't know what he's doing, or sharing something from his past that still bothers him. Those moments might seem small to you, but for him, they're massive. He's testing the waters. He's seeing if you can handle the real him, not just the version he shows the world. Sometimes the biggest sign that a guy wants to give himself to you shows up when he's trying his hardest to hide it. His brain tells him to stay calm, act normal, protect himself from getting hurt. But what he does gives him away. Every time he becomes really aware you're around, not in a nervous way, but in a way where he's super tuned in. He notices when you walk in a room, when your energy changes, when you stop paying attention to him, even if he acts like he doesn't care. His body language tells you what he won't say. You'll catch him looking at you when he thinks you're not paying attention. You'll notice how his whole posture changes when you're near. You'll feel how the air between you gets heavier, thicker, more charged. That's not something he can fake or turn off. That's real attraction, real investment, real feelings starting to form. Another quiet sign is how he reacts when you give attention to another guy. He won't get obviously jealous, especially if he's trying to keep his feelings in check, but you might see small changes. His voice gets quieter. His whole mood drops a little. He pulls back for a minute, not to punish you, but because something inside him tenses up at the idea of losing your attention. Guys rarely feel this way unless they're actually emotionally invested in a woman. This isn't about being controlling. It's about real feelings forming faster than he expected. And most guys don't even realize they're doing this. They think they're playing it cool, acting unbothered, but their reactions betray them every single time. Watch for the subtle shifts. Watch for how he gets a little quieter when another guy makes you laugh. Watch for how he finds a way to insert himself back into the conversation. Watch for how he tries to reclaim your attention without making it obvious that's what he's doing. He might also start wanting your approval in ways that seem small but actually mean a lot. He puts more effort into how he looks when he knows he's going to see you, even if he'd never admit it. He watches how you react to him, hoping to catch even the smallest sign that you notice him. When he really respects you, he thinks more about how he comes across when you're around. This isn't about being vain, it's about connection. A guy does this when he feels drawn to a woman and wants her to feel that same pull back toward him. He'll ask your opinion on things that matter to him. He'll bring up topics he thinks you'll find interesting. He'll tell you about something he accomplished, not to brag, but because he wants you to be proud of him. Your opinion starts mattering more than other people's opinions. That's a sign his emotional investment is growing. One of the biggest signs shows up in how open he gets with you emotionally. When he starts trusting you with what he really thinks, even in small pieces, it means his walls are coming down in a way that's hard to reverse. He might share personal stuff, talk about what scares him, bring up dreams he rarely mentions, or say things that worry him that he normally hides from everyone. He's letting you into the private corners of his mind because something about you feels solid, real, and safe. That access isn't random. It's a quiet way of offering himself, an invitation into his world, and one of the clearest signs he's emotionally invested. And once a guy starts doing this, it's really hard for him to go back. Once he's shown you those parts of himself, once he's let you see behind the curtain, he's already in deeper than he probably planned to be. There comes a point in a guy's experience when how he feels about you stops being just a feeling and becomes pure instinct. You'll notice it not in what he says, but in what he lets himself do around you. One of the clearest signs is how comfortable he gets showing you different sides of who he is. He doesn't stay the same all the time. Some days he's calm and chill. Other days he's playful, teasing you, or even a little all over the place. This isn't him being inconsistent. This is him getting close. A guy only shows you multiple sides of himself when he wants you to really know him, because deep down he's hoping you'll accept all of it, the whole package. He stops trying to be perfect around you. He stops worrying about always saying the right thing or always being in a good mood. He lets you see him when he's tired, when he's frustrated, when he's stressed, when he's happy, when he's relaxed. That's intimacy. That's trust. That's him saying, I don't need to perform for you anymore. You might also notice how he positions himself near you. He finds little reasons to be close. Not so close it's super obvious, but close enough to feel like he's in your space. He sits near you even when there are other spots open. He stands next to you when he doesn't have to. He leans in when you talk, even if it's quiet around you. Being close like that is psychological. Guys move closer to women they feel pulled toward and safe with. It's like his body is drawn to yours without him consciously deciding to move. You'll notice he always ends up next to you in group settings. You'll notice he finds excuses to be in the same room as you. You'll notice he extends conversations that could have ended 5 minutes ago because he doesn't want to leave yet. That physical proximity is his subconscious way of staying connected to you. His laugh around you might change too. It gets more real, more relaxed, less controlled. He laughs longer and harder with you than with other people. That kind of open laughing is him letting go. His guard isn't just down, it's totally relaxed when he's with you. You make him feel lighter, you make him feel like he can breathe. And that's not something a guy feels with just anyone. Most of the time, guys are carrying stress, pressure, expectations, all this weight they don't talk about. But when he's with you, some of that weight lifts. He feels like he can just be himself without all the pressure. That's why his energy changes around you. That's why he seems different with you than he does with everyone else. Then there's this subtle testing thing that happens, not to mess with you, but to understand you better. He asks deeper questions about what matters to you, what your limits are, what you want in life. He's not judging you. He's trying to figure out if getting close to you feels right. When a guy studies how you think with curiosity instead of doubt, he's imagining what being with you could actually be like. He's asking himself if your values line up with his. He's wondering if you could fit into his life long term. He's thinking about the future, even if it's just in the back of his mind. And the fact that he's thinking about the future at all means you matter to him more than he probably planned. One of the most overlooked signs is influence, not him trying to control you, but you influencing him. He listens to what you say. He remembers things you suggested. He tries something you mentioned once in passing. That level of openness is really personal. A guy only lets himself be influenced by a woman he respects, looks up to, and quietly hopes will matter more in his life. You'll notice small changes in him over time. Maybe he starts reading more because you mentioned loving books. Maybe he tries a new restaurant you told him about. Maybe he changes how he handles stress because something you said stuck with him. These aren't big dramatic changes, but they're real. And they show that what you say actually lands with him. It sinks in. It matters. There's also this stage where he starts giving signs he doesn't even know he's giving because his emotions are moving faster than his logic. He might reach out to you without a real reason. He might create little moments just to talk. He might feel pulled toward being around you even when he tells himself to stay neutral. He'll text you random things throughout the day. He'll send you something that reminded him of you. He'll find excuses to call you instead of just texting. All of this is him trying to stay connected to you because going too long without talking to you starts to feel weird to him. You're becoming part of his daily routine, part of his normal, and he doesn't even realize it's happening. All of this leads to something important you have to understand. When a guy starts giving himself emotionally, he's taking a risk. He's watching how you respond. He's paying attention to whether you move gently or rush things, whether you actually listen or blow him off, whether you see what he's offering or ignore it completely. If you miss these signs or push too hard, he might quietly pull back and never tell you why. But if you stay present, calm, and emotionally steady, he feels safer opening up even more. The key here is patience. Most women, when they sense a guy is interested, they want to push things forward fast. They want clarity, labels, conversations about where this is going. But guys need space to feel their feelings without pressure. They need time to let things develop naturally. If you can give him that space while still showing you care, while still being warm and present, he'll keep moving closer. But if you panic and start demanding answers or trying to force things, his instinct will be to protect himself by pulling back. This isn't about tricks or forcing anything. It's about awareness. It's about seeing when a guy is slowly opening his world to you and responding with patience and respect. When you do that, he doesn't feel pressure. He feels understood. And that understanding is what deepens how he feels in a way nothing else can. Understanding is actually more powerful than attraction. A guy can be attracted to a lot of women, but feeling understood by a woman, that's rare. That's special. That's what makes him want to keep you around. The strongest signs often start showing when he slowly starts bringing you into his daily life in small, steady ways that feel natural and easy. He sends you little updates, not because he needs anything from you, but because he genuinely wants to stay connected to you. He lets you into his routine, his habits, his annoying days, his little wins, and even those random moments that don't mean anything to most people, but somehow feel important when he chooses to share them with you. He tells you about his day without you asking. He complains to you about work. He shares weird things that happen to him. He sends you pictures of random things he thinks you'd find funny or interesting. This is emotional integration. This is him making space for you in his life without making a big announcement about it. These moments might seem simple on the surface, but they're heavy. This is him weaving you into his life piece by piece, thread by thread, without making a big deal about it. It happens quietly, but it's powerful and it's on purpose. He's not consciously thinking, I'm going to integrate this woman into my daily life now. It just starts happening because you're on his mind, because he wants to share things with you, because you've become someone he thinks about when things happen throughout his day. Another clear sign shows up in how deeply he responds to your mood. If you get quiet, he notices right away. If something feels off with you, he senses it before you even explain. He checks in with you not because he thinks he should or because he's being polite, but because he actually cares how you're feeling. His gut feeling about you gets sharper. A guy only opens up this deeper awareness with a woman he feels connected to on a level he might not totally understand yet. He becomes tuned into you. He can tell when you're faking being okay. He can sense when something's bothering you, even if you're trying to hide it. That emotional attunement doesn't happen with just anyone. It happens when someone matters to you, when you're actually invested. You'll also start noticing he remembers the smallest things about you, things you barely remember saying yourself. Your favorite candy, something from when you were a kid, a deadline stressing you out, a goal you mentioned late at night when you were tired and being real. This isn't coincidence. This is him prioritizing you emotionally. He's holding on to pieces of you because you're becoming important to him. You're becoming someone worth paying attention to, someone whose thoughts, feelings, and inner world matter to him for real. And guys don't naturally remember details like this. Most guys have terrible memory for this stuff. So when he's remembering little things about you, it's because he's actually paying attention. It's because you matter enough for those details to stick. Then there's how he supports you, usually in quiet, subtle ways that are easy to miss if you're not looking. He encourages you when you doubt yourself. He reminds you what you're good at when you forget. He backs you up in conversations, agreeing with your point without making it about him. He becomes steady emotional support, giving you grounding and reassurance without expecting anything back. A guy doesn't do this for a woman he sees as temporary, replaceable, or just passing through. He does this when he feels a deeper pull, when he wants to invest emotionally in something real and solid. He starts acting like your teammate. He starts cheering for your wins like they're his wins. He starts caring about your success, your happiness, your peace of mind.